Hey guys, this is Aaron Farmer with MySugarFreeJourney.com, and I'm going to share with you a recipe that we haven't been able to make for a long time. As you've known, if you've read my blog, Diane and I have been no carb for a long time, so that meant a lot of no gravies and a lot. There's when you're eating no carbs, there's just a lot of things you can't eat. So tonight we're reintroducing something we haven't had in a while. We'll call it an herbed pork chop recipe. So what I've done here is I've thrown a couple pork chops in a pan with about a tablespoon of butter, and I've got you can use anything, but I've got this is a McCormick Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. I like to season that liberally, once I'll flip them here in a few minutes, and I'll season the other side as well. And so these are going to cook for about 7 minutes on each side. And this part of the recipe is kind of boring. I think we all kind of know how to cook pork chops. But when I come back, I'll show you the part that I enjoy, which is the gravy. I'll show you how to make that. We'll make it sugar-free so that it tastes great and it is great for us, and doesn't add any sugar to our diet. Alright, I'll see you in just a few minutes. Alright, we're done. My pork chops are done. I'm just going to take them off the heat now. Put them on a plate. Alright. So, you want about 3 tablespoons or so of drippings, and that's actually a little light. So I'm going to put a little more butter in there, just so I have more liquid to work with. And then I'm going to add just 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I'm going to find my spoon and stir. And that's it. Just going to stir it up, get all the drippings and pieces and all that good stuff in there. Stir it up for about a minute. And then while that's being stirred, I have in a bowl right here, I've got 3 ingredients in this bowl. I've got 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of basil leaves, and then what we used to do before we were sugar-free was a teaspoon of beef bouillon. But as I pour this in there, I'll show you what I had to use to substitute. Because beef bouillon, almost all beef bouillons have sugar in them, what we found is this. This is LP Jameson's soup base, and this is quite a bit like bouillon. In fact, I use it the exact same way. And if you look at it, it's solid, it's hard, which is interesting, and it contains no sugar. So I just use it interchangeably. Everywhere where I used to use bouillon, now I use LP Jameson's soup base. Now, if you want to use bouillon, you can probably go right ahead. There's going to be very, very little sugar in beef bouillon. But if you want to be sticklers, like I'm being, just use that. Okay, so you want it to be brown and well mixed. There you go. And then at this point, you want to add 2 cups of milk. So here we go. 1 cup of milk. And 2 cups of milk. So then it's just stir this up. Stir this up for about 4 or 5 minutes. Break up the pieces, and you're just looking for it to get thick, like a gravy, like a gravy should. It's going to take, it's probably going to take about 5 minutes, and you're going to want to stir this continuously, and then cook it for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like once it's done. So this is what the finished product looks like. It's a little thick, and it is quite tasty. And so I cooked up some onions and mushrooms in another pan. So now I've got my pork chop here with some with the Monterey the Monterey seasoning on it, and I've got onions and mushrooms on top of it. And now I'm just going to ladle about that much on. That's about all you need. You don't need a ton because it is a very, very flavorful gravy. So put this. I've got some whipped carrots I'm going to put on the side, and that's the meal. And it looks great. Thanks for watching.